Lochoyo sampo pagyo trashipa tuche tempe tinle yarmoda pege drolor zampe tseparch pande lame shabla sol Oma Guru Vajradhara Suma Timoni Shasa Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Hum Omo A Guru Sarva Siddhi Hum Hum Oma Guru Vajradhara Munisha Sane Karma Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Hum Omo A Guru Vajradhara Sumati Munisha Sane Karma Uta Vardani Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Hum Omo A Guru Vajradhara Sumati Uta Vardanya Shri Bhadra Varsa Manya Sarva Siddhi Hum Pakyuke Kudan Dage Alu Pakyuke Sundan Dage Nga Pakyuke Tudan Dage Ye Yerme Chiktu Chingi Olo Makyuke Kudan Dagelu Makyuke Sundan Dage Nga Makyuke Tugdan Dage Chiktu Chingi Olo Om Mahamuni Shakyamuni Swaha Om Muni Amuni Mahamuni Shakyamuni Swaha Om Muni Amuni Mahamuni Muni Swaha Sashipeke Choshiameto Tramare Rabalingashin Nidegempadi Sange Shintu Mikte Ulwarki Drokunanam Dashingla Chöpar Yedam Guru Ratna Mindrala Kam Niryatayami Sangye Chedan Tsoge Chonam La Chancho Pardo Dani Kyapso Che Dage Jinso Gibe Sonam Ki Drola Pinchra Sangye Druparasho Sangye Chedan Tsoge Chonam La Chancho Pardo Dani Kyapso Che Dage Jinso Gibe Sonam Ki Drola Pinchra Sangye Drupar Sho Sangye Chedan Tsoge Chonam La Chancho Pardo Dani Kyapso Chi Drola pinchara sanghe druparasho. Nel Buddha,
In the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightenment. Through the practice of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings.
in the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, I take refuge unto enlightenment. Through the practice of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. Namo lai ke da luda nu jin ke drupon da mi ke nam dam drwa kuin ke dhanama che tsampa tham che ke to da gi che ten to. Buongiorno.
Good morning.
Prendere rifugio
Taking refuge is something
ci vogliono anche molti anni.
that requires several years or even very small time, but when it happens, it's something which happens in an instant.
Non è un qualcosa
It's
lungo,
not something long, it's something which
trascende le parole,
transcends words,
profondo dentro di noi.
profound within ourselves.
Cerchiamo di indurre questo tramite le parole,
And we try to induce this through words, visualizations, and so on,
questi momenti
through
di
these
cui
moments
andiamo a formalizzare
where
la
we
presa di
formalize the
cerimonie, ma in realtà è
ceremony of refuge. But it's something which is very profound,
magari ci accorgiamo
deep
anche tempo dopo.
inside ourselves, something which sometimes we realize even later on.
C'è molto da dire.
When it happens, it happens. There's nothing more to add.
Ed è proprio perché è qualcosa di molto prezioso,
And because it's something so precious, it is important to cultivate it, to nurture
fare uno
it,
sforzo per
and
generare.
make an effort to generate this inner
La cosa buona
state.
di fare qualcosa con non tantissimo tempo è che uno va direttamente all'essenza.
When we do something in short time, we go straight to the essence. Often I give long introductions, but today we will go straight to the point.
Vediamo se riusciamo.
Let's try at least.
Tutto comincia
Everything starts
quando entriamo in contatto
when we get in touch
con un
with
sentimento profondo
a profound feeling which we all have.
che è questo sentimento profondo
Which
di
is
voler essere felice e di non voler soffrire.
wishing to be happy and not to suffer.
E entriamo in contatto,
We
uno entra
enter
contatto
in
con questo
touch
sentimento,
with this feeling
comincia a accorgersi
and we
che
notice
lì dove
that
proietta la propria
where we
felicità,
project our
la propria
happiness
sofferenza in
and
realtà
our
non regge,
suffering doesn't sustain it.
che avere la ricchezza materiale
Having material wealth is not enough to really
uno si accorge
be
che
well. We notice
ottenere gli oggetti
that
di desiderio è
obtaining
simpatico, carino,
objects of
piacevole,
desire
però
is
non
pleasant but doesn't sustain
si
it.
rende conto che
We
avere
realize that
riconoscimento, la
being
fama,
recognized,
eccetera, la
having
propria immagine
fame,
riconosciuta, essere visti, voluti,
being
desiderati dagli
seen,
altri, è una cosa
wanted,
carina, simpatica,
desired by
piacevole,
others is
ma
something
non regge.
nice but doesn't sustain. Having pleasures doesn't sustain. There's a moment where we sometimes can feel lost as we look around and notice that everything we projected our life to, the world around us where we projected our life, and we notice that we feel kind of that we lost illusion. It's like after a very long, dark night where we can't sleep, no light, no moon, then we slowly start to see the sun rising. And this is when we see there's an alternative, the opportunity to cultivate something which is already existing within us, and gradually live life in a healthier, more virtuous and balanced way. And so, thus, it is possible to overcome our shadows, our mental poisons, and gradually reach an inner state of peace, balance, satisfaction, love.
A tutti gli effetti è possibile.
It is possible. It starts as a far-away thin light which rises in the horizon, but it starts generating an inner feeling of trust. At this point, we need help.
Noi siamo capaci di fare quello che siamo capaci di fare.
We are able to do whatever we are able to do. We know what we know, we see what we can see, and we need others to help us to see something beyond what we can normally see. We need help to rely on, someone to rely on in our path.
Viene chiamato il Dharma.
Dharma is where we usually rely. Is when during the night we see this light rising in the horizon, which means there is a real opportunity to reach an inner state of peace. When I see the world around me, I honestly sometimes think, what are we doing? Where are we going to?
Da momenti come l'altro giorno,
moments like the other day, the day before yesterday, when I went to see a person in the hospital, then I went to Switzerland.
Ci siamo fermati a mangiare qualcosa.
On the way with Zawadanchen Rinpoche, we stopped and we saw this scene at the restaurant, which really impressed me. A very nice family, mother, father, and two sons. Parents were looking at the horizon. They couldn't really cross each other's eyes. And the sons were in a state of samadhi in front of an iPad. Each of them had an iPad. And the only moment they would interact with their parents is when the parents would input something different in the iPad. And I felt profoundly sad. This is not an isolated case. This is a representation. It's like the tip of an iceberg, which shows something very common. We are zeroed by our relationships, bombarded by this constant information, continuous information, which make us drunk. We can't even see other people nor our needs. When I see this, I realize there is a difficult situation in the world. This morning, while drinking a tea after my meditation, I checked the news and I saw there were attacks in Venezuela from the USA. We see wars and conflicts. Without entering too much into detail, we're not here to judge. But the point is that around us we see so many things which are not working well. And this brings me back to something very important. The only possibility, real possibility to live in peace is the Dharma. And by this I don't mean the Buddhism in general. The only real opportunity to live in peace is a path, a sincere and profound one, to face our selfishness, our ignorance, to develop love, awareness, compassion, wisdom. This is the only doable, viable way. As long as we keep searching outside, I want, you want, what I want is more important than what you want, we keep on having conflicts with the others, we don't see each other. When we look at these problems, these issues in our own life and also in others' lives, and in a broader way at a planetary level, it's like a darkness during the night, and when we can see the light of the Dharma, we can see how it is actually possible to face the root of suffering. Starting from ourselves with ourselves. If I can do it, others can do it. And here a profound hope and joy arises. There is something which I can do and works. This is the Dharma. This is the moment when we rely on the Dharma. Taking refuge in the Dharma doesn't mean reciting a verse or doing a ritual ceremony. Is when we, with the whole being, we rely upon the Dharma, meaning that I don't see any other real solution rather than a deep, profound, sincere path towards equanimity, altruism, harmony, peace. There's no other way, so I rely upon this path. Today we tend to rely upon an idealized reality of how things should be. We trust power, money, and a reality around us which should be this and that, my hair, people behave in a certain way. When everything will be as I wish, I will be happy. This is what we usually tend to take refuge upon. And I'm sorry, it is not possible at all to take refuge in both. Either I rely on an inner path, a profound transformation path, as a solution to my and others' suffering, or I rely upon an idealized reality which should be as I think. When we rely upon love, wisdom, bodhicitta, Dharma, we see that we need someone to guide us in this path, because alone it is not possible. We will not succeed. The spiritual path is an individual path, because no one can do it for us, but it's not a solitary path. It has to be done in good company. We need blessings, we need someone to touch our heart, we need someone who together with us gives us hope and trust, someone we can trust. One of the most difficult parts in this path is for us to have trust in the fact that we can do it. When we have someone who we can trust, and who trusts us allows us to trust ourselves. Is it clear? This is one of the main points, and that's why we take refuge in the Guru, in the Buddha, the Guru which manifests to us in flesh and bones. These are these people, not necessarily one, in the role of the Guru, of the spiritual guide, which gives us trust and someone we rely upon. And together comes the Sangha, the spiritual community, which is fundamental, essential in our path.
Quindi uno prende rifugio.
So we take refuge, means we rely upon Dharma, the Guru, who is the person who grants us refuge in the Dharma. The effective refuge is in the Dharma, but the Sangha gives us support in our path. In Tibetan, the Buddha, the Guru, are those who grant us refuge. The Dharma is the refuge, and the Sangha is who supports and accompanies us in this path. We need three of them. Guru and Buddha are the same thing. So, taking refuge is an act of courage, is an act of love, trust, an inner one. It's not external. What we will do now is a moment when we formalize something which happened profoundly internally. It's like I fall in love with you and then I do a public declaration of my love towards you, so that the whole world can know about it and I will not forget about it. Because sometimes we change our mind, but when everyone else knows, they help us to remember that. So first of all, we need to fall in love. Fall in love with inner peace, with Dharma, Guru, the Sangha. Then we formalize it with this ritual, this ceremony. So that's why I was saying the process of taking refuge often requires years. To get out of a place where we take refuge in the external idealized reality, recognition, pleasure, and so on, and manage to take refuge in the Dharma, it takes time. Then to get to know someone and to rely upon this person as a spiritual guide also requires time, it requires experience. It means we need to see and confirm and gain more and more experiences until something very profound generates. And here there are two ways. One is similar to when we get to know someone and slowly we get closer until we fall in love madly. And the way when we get to know someone, we don't know why and how, and we directly fall in love. Same happens in the spiritual path. When we fall in love madly, without understanding how and when, it's because there are imprints from the past. It's not a meeting someone, but it is a re-meeting someone, finding someone again. When I was 5 years old, I met Lama Michel in this life, and I didn't only meet him. I had an inner state of complete trust. This is when you take refuge beyond words. No one told me anything, explained anything. It was just a re-meeting. It was something pre-existing which came back straight away. We have something very precious, which is being here together with a pure motivation without having any other interest. No, not material, interest, not interest in fame, social positions. When a religion becomes something cultural, something else arises because you have to become a Buddhist, but we are out of this. So it's something which needs to arise profoundly inside ourselves. So we will formalize the refuge ceremony, something that I recommend. Please be yourself. Don't formalize the refuge ceremony if you are not aware of what you are doing, if you don't really feel it. Sometimes, if you feel you need more time, great. In ancient times, it was known that people needed to wait 12 years from the moment they met their master. But in some cases, when you have something already pre-existing, you don't need so much time. So, when we will do the refuge ceremony, for those who already did it in the past, you can renew it. For those who are first-timers, great. And for those who are just feel a connection, sympathy, but don't feel ready, don't feel the feeling, no need to do it straight away. And it's better like that. Don't feel forced that you're here and you have no other alternative. Absolutely not.
Io sono molto contento anche che in questo
I'm
momento
very happy that today we are here with Sawadan in Rinpoche. Often, when we take refuge with a master, a spiritual guide, the whole package comes together, comes along. There are Dharma protectors, friends of the Dharma, the Sangha, and everything else which comes together. And for many years, Lama Michel Rinpoche brought here to his disciples many of his Dharma friends to share the Dharma together, to give the opportunity to receive blessings and so on. And in the last months, we had Sherab Rinpoche, then Sawadan Rinpoche, a Lama which has my complete esteem, my complete trust. These are the guys from the winter camp.
aqui, pai. Pai, aqui. Nessa mesa aqui. sono volte
Sometimes
preso rifugio e non lo sa.
we have taken refuge and we're not aware of it. Sometimes we thought we have taken refuge and we didn't actually do it. Sometimes we grasp to formalities, recitation, ceremonial aspects, and so on.
Facciamo fatica veramente.
But we actually struggle to rely upon. Because when we take refuge, we rely upon the spiritual guide and the spiritual path. But I also rely upon my own ability to follow this spiritual path. Similar to when we go to a doctor, that we trust. We rely upon medicine and the doctor, but also upon our own trust, faith that we can heal. So, when we take refuge, it's an act of mutual trust. In my case, as I see it,
è come io ho un percorso che sto seguendo.
I have a path that I'm following. It's a life path where I go on, and whoever wants to join, I will be happy to hold hands and walk together. I'm not looking down. It's a path where we walk together. It's like an alpine guide. He walks with us, but we trust his experience, and we trust also our ability to walk, to hike. And when the other person trusts us as well, this helps us to trust ourselves. So we will formalize the refuge ceremony. It's an act of mutual love and trust, because at the basis of this path, we give importance to happiness of the others and our own happiness. It's an act of love, affection, trust. When we take refuge, how can I say it?
Uso un termine, un'immagine magari non la più.
I'll use an approximate image. When we take refuge, we are completely naked, without any masks, anything which covers or hides any aspects. I'm on this path with my whole being, my qualities, my shadows. I welcome my shadows and I try to overcome them. And a person is welcomed with anything which comes along with a person. So we have an image that we want to achieve. Is it clear?
Avevo detto che non mi sarei dilungato.
I said I wouldn't be so long. So, as I was saying before, in this moment, as we have Zaodanden Rinpoche, we had Sharab Rinpoche before, we live an era where there is a new generation of spiritual guides, lamas, which are taking responsibility of the Dharma, of teaching, and so on. We live an era where the previous generation is almost disappeared, but there is continuity. So Rinpoche came here as a disciple of Lama Michel Rinpoche, but mainly based on a profound friendship we have. So today he performed the fire puja. The attitude he has is, you relied upon Lama and I will support you. We will walk together. And it's beautiful to see that at many levels we're not alone. It's like a huge spiritual family we belong to and we can rely upon. So we will formalize the ceremony of refuge.
Io quello che farò è darò le indicazioni.
I will give instructions step by step.
La cosa più importante
Most importantly,
osservare,
please observe and review your motivation, why we're here.
detto prima, chi
As I said before, if you don't feel ready to take refuge, if you don't want to, that's okay. Don't feel uncomfortable in any way.
di solito io ho sempre fatto la presa di rifugio per tanto
I've
tempo.
always done the refuge ceremony for those who requested it, but at a certain point, requests were so many that I struggled to continue, so now I do it openly. Everyone is welcome. However, again, if you don't feel like, if you feel it's not yet the moment, no need to formalize it straight away. You cannot formalize something which is not yet there.
Perciò in questo momento chi vuole
So, if you like to renew your refuge, or if you want to do it for the first time, please stand up, do 3 prostrations.
se qualcuno per ragioni fisiche
If you struggle to do prostrations, just merge your hands as a sign of respect.
vi mettete seduti,
Please sit with your right knee on the floor and the left one raised.
la gamba sinistra teoricamente, faccio vedere la posizione,
I'll show you the position.
è così.
So left knee up, sitting on your right leg. If this position is difficult, just normally sit on the chair. No problem.
Per fare richieste.
This is the request position.
Sul mio capo
On my head
Lama Gancherin,
is Lama Michel Rinpoche.
sopra di Lama Gancherin
Above
c'è Kyabche Trichan
is
Chang,
Kyabche Trichan Dojesa Chang Paponka Rinpoche, and gradually all the masters of the lineage going through Lama Tsongkhapa, Nagarjuna,
arrivando a Buddha Shakyamuni.
to Buddha Shakyamuni.
Osservate per un attimo voi,
Observe yourselves,
riconoscete
recognize
la parte più profonda del vostro essere,
the deeper part of your being, this profound wish to be happy, not to suffer anymore.
si vede che il mondo intorno a noi
The world around us
non è abbastanza
isn't
poterci
enough
portare a uno
to bring us to a profound state of happiness,
ciclo di sofferenza.
to get out of the cycle of suffering.
Conosciamo che
We recognize that we are
oggetto samsara
in a samsaric cycle of mental poisons, the reality which appears in an inconsistent way, based on selfishness, with hatred, anxiety, attachment, fear, and so on. We generate actions which bring to suffering, to which we react with other actions which are non-virtuous.
ognuno genera un sentimento
So we generate a profound wish to get out of this inner cycle. And we see in front of us a possibility which is the Dharma, a real one, to reach a state of peace,
sviluppando l'amore.
developing love, wisdom.
E quindi ognuno si concentra per un attimo
So we concentrate on this deep wish to live in inner peace, overcoming our own shadows, mental poisons, and experiment a profound state of inner peace to get out samsara and reach inner peace.
Vediamo gli altri esseri intorno a
We
noi.
see the other beings around us. So getting out of this is not only for us, so we go beyond our selfishness, and this feeling of attraction towards happiness expands from our heart as a wave, reaching all beings around us. Every living being is seen by us. Your happiness is so important as my own one. Your suffering is so important as my own one. And I will do everything I can do for you to be happy and not to suffer. The only possible way is to practice the Dharma and gradually familiarize ourselves with something virtuous like love, wisdom, harmony, peace. We deeply wish this path to get out of samsara, help every being to get out of their own suffering.
Vi trovate davanti a Guru
You
Buddha,
are in front of Guru Buddha,
inseparabile.
your own guru, inseparable from the Buddhas. From deep inside you ask for help. I want to follow this path. I want to face my own ignorance, selfishness. I want to develop wisdom, altruism. Please help me to do that so that I can be refuge for other beings.
Si prende rifugio
We
nel
take refuge in the Dharma, the path towards enlightenment. We ask for help to the Sangha, the spiritual company along the path. From
fate richieste.
our heart, we request. This is an act of love, of trust. We rely fully, without limitations, without hiding anything in front of Guru Buddha. We are surrounded by all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, holy beings, masters of the lineage. And in front of them, we are in a transparent state, like being naked without hiding anything. We offer our being, speech, mind. We ask for help. We take refuge to follow this path with an act of love and trust. Guru Buddha smiles at us, accepting your own request, granting love and trust. There's a mutual act of trust and love where our love for Guru Buddha and the love we receive become one. Trust we have in Guru Buddha and the trust we receive become one, inseparable.
Fate richiesta.
We request and repeat after me.
Namo Guru Bhye. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Dharmaya. Namo Sanghaya. Namo Guru Bhye. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Dharmaya. Namo Sanghaya. Namo Guru Bhye. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Dharmaya. Namo Sanghaya. Namo Triratnaya. Sangye Chodam. Tsogi Chonamla. Janchu Pardo. Dani Kyapsuchi. Dagi Jinsuk. Gibe Sonamgi. Drola Pincher. Sangye Drubrasho. Drola Pincher. Sangye Drubrasho. Drola Pincher. Sangye Drubrasho. Nel Buddha.
In the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightenment. Through the practice of generosity and the morality, patience, and joyful effort, concentration, and wisdom, may I attain the state of Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings.
Vi chiedo adesso Tabino, che vuol dire questo.
I ask Tabino, this is the path, and you will reply Lexo, which means excellent. Then I will snap my fingers and the refuge ceremony will be formalized. So the commitment of refuge, this deep commitment of trust in Buddha, Guru, Buddha, Dharma and Sangha.
Tabino.
Lexo.
Vi sedete normalmente?
Sit normally, comfortably.
Recitiamo la presa del rifugio insieme.
We recite the refuge prayer.
Visualizzate che
We visualize that Guru Buddha in front of you smiles at you, accepting the refuge request. It's a state of joy, profound joy, from my head chakra. Before that, Guru Buddha Shakyamuni dissolves in each of the lineage masters, which gradually arrive to Lama Michel Rinpoche, which enters my head and sits joyfully at my heart chakra. From my head chakra, ray of light emanate, which absorb in your own head. From my throat, red lights, blue from my heart, yellow from my navel, green from my secret chakra, absorbing in your own chakras, purifying your own negativities, revitalizing your own qualities, granting refuge. Your mind becomes closer and similar to Guru Buddha's. Your body vibrates in the same energy and your word sounds in the same way.
recitiamo insieme.
We recite together.
Namo Guru Bhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Guru Bhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Guru Bhye, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Sanghaya, Namo Triratnaya. Sangye Chodan Tsoki Chonamla Chancho Pardo Dani Kyapsuchi Dagi Jinso Gipe Sonamki Drola Penchir Sangye Druparsho Sangye Chodam Chonam La Chancho Parto Dani Kyapsuchi Dagi Jinso Gipe Sonamki Drola Penchir Sangye Druparash. Nel Buddha,
In the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightenment. Through the practice of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain the state of Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings.
in the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, I take refuge until enlightenment. Through the practice of generosity and the other perfection, attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all sentient beings. Dal profondo del cuore,
From deep
fate
in our
richiesta
heart, we request Guru Buddha to stay with us in every moment, to grant us refuge in every moment, to be with us in every choice we make, every word we say, every thought we have, to be together during life, at the moment of death, in the bardo, in all future lives. Guru Buddha accepts our request, smiles. An emanation from my heart, inseparable from all the lineage masters and Buddhas, comes towards you, becomes small as a thumb, sits at your head chakra, goes through gently, kindly, through the central channel and sits at a 8 petals lotus flower on a sun and moon cushion at your heart. Body, speech and mind of Guru Buddha becomes inseparable from yours. Your mind is overcome by Guru Buddha and in you experiment a state of infinite inner space, perfect harmony with everything and every being, and profound love and compassion. Your body is perfectly balanced, your word, and you become inseparable and of the same nature of Guru Buddha.
Lama Rinpoche Dagi Chiwar Pede Tenshula Kadrin Chembu Gone Jesunte Kusun Toge Ngodru Tsedu So Panden Tsawe Lama Rinpoche Dagi Drimbara Pede Tenshula Kadrin Chembu Gone Jesunte Chodan Tumo Ngodru Tsedu So Panden Tsawe Lama Rinpoche Dagi Ninkar Pede Tenshula Kadrin Chembu Gone Jesunte Chanchubu Nimpu Pardu Temparshu Pakyuke Kudan Dagi Lu Pakyuke Sungdan Dagi Nga Pakyuke Tukdan Dagi Ten Yerme Chiktu Chingi Lo Makyuke Kudan Dagi Lu Makyuke Sungdan Dagi Nga Makyuke Tukdan Dagi Ten Yerme Chiktu Chingielo. Guru Buddha rimane.
Guru Buddha stays joyfully at your heart, being with you during the day, the night,
in ogni scelta,
in every choice, every thought, word,
portando le benedizioni,
bringing the blessings to your body, speech and mind.
Dele tsendele nime kuyan delekshing ninsen takto delekpe kuncho sumke chingilo kuncho sumke ngodrubot sol kuncho sumke trashisho mime terwe ter cencere si Drime Kempe Wampo Jampe Liang Duopong Malu Jomse Sangweda Kanchen Kepe Enzong Kapa Lo San Trakpe Shabla Asolwade.
Repeat after me.
Sem Cho Sudro, Cho Lam Tudro, Lam La Parce, Mion Varsho. Possa la mente diventare.
May the mind become the Dharma.
Possa il Dharma.
May the Dharma become the path.
Possa il sentiero
May the
essere
path
libero da
be free from interferences.
Sem Cho Sudro, Cho Lam Tudro, Lam La Parce, Mion Varsho. May the mind become the
May
Dharma. May the Dharma become the path. May the path be free from interferences. Sem Cho Sudro, Cho Lam Tudro, Lam La Parce, Mion Varsho. In questo modo
this way we finish the refuge ceremony.
come Lama Ganchen Rinpoche,
As Lama Ganchen Rinpoche said, see you sometimes, see you every moment.
uno dei significati
One of the meanings Lama Ganchen gave to refuge was spiritual company. We're never ever again alone. And this is really like it. When we take refuge deeply, doesn't matter where we are never alone. Now we take a break for lunch, then Lama Caroline will give teachings. I wanted to remind you that tomorrow there will be teachings in the morning, then Lama Caroline's, and then I will add towards 5 a moment to do Guru Puja together, to bid farewell to Zawadandi Rinpoche, which is leaving the day after very soon, around 5 a.m. So I invite you all to join us tomorrow in the afternoon for this moment of conclusion. For different reasons, I'm sorry to say it will not be streamed online without entering too much into details. So for those far away, you will receive blessings, but there are moments where there are more public moments and less public moments reserved to those who live here. So those living in Albagnano, comfortably watching the streamings, please join us here physically tomorrow afternoon for this moment. Now, for those who have taken refuge for the first time, you can come here to receive your name, which represents being part of a spiritual family and the qualities to be developed.
Drembala me gendurim chiamne kuncho sumla chepa bul. Buon appetito.
Enjoy your meal. For those who won't be able to be here in the afternoon, don't worry. It's a good interdependence to see Rinpoche next time he will join us here soon.